Is there any news about AEW other than Grand Slam that we can talk about?
Yeah, there's one thing as we lead toward this. We have been AEW fans, Ethan, and it's been our show the last couple of years. But we've been very honest about pretty much since Vegas, pretty much since Double or Nothing. We were at Double or Nothing, got the awesome opportunity to go. I feel like since then it has declined. Some wrestlers injured, some storylines have been weaker. Some things, there have been a lot of backstage stuff going on. And, just kind of things have been in turmoil. People said, man, they're headed toward the WCW road. I don't think that. I really like Tony Khan, and I think he's going to do a good job. He made a big crack about Crown Jewel this week. I don't know if he did.
What did he say?
He said something about the fact, he's talking about putting on these good shows in the Northeast. He's talking about New York, and he's talking about Boston, and he's talking about even Chicago. And he said, this is the crown jewel of wrestling fans. These fans. And he goes, not like this crap over in Saudi Arabia. So this is funny. But, which I kind of agree with him on some of that. Yeah. But the news you're talking about from AEW is last week their ratings were the best they've been this year for Dynamite, which is pretty cool. I know I think the Rampage ratings, they're tanking because the show is not worth watching. This week maybe. But Dynamite was best of the year. They really bragged on that, and
I kind of agree with them. They've had some good Dynamites last couple weeks. They've been having this tournament, and it's kind of on short notice. Yeah. So they had like last week they had both the semifinal matches of the tournament. Danielson and Jericho, which happened to All Out. It was a rematch, and then they had Moxley and Guevara, and then I think they had a tag team title match with the Lucha Brothers.
That's right.
So yeah, there were some good matches last week.
Yeah, that's right. So, and you're talking about the best ratings of the week without Kenny Omega, without the Young Bucks, without CM Punk. Those guys probably will all eventually be back. It's going to be interesting to see what happens there. It's really fun to watch.
I really don't want to see CM Punk.
I really think the fans are going to turn on Punk.
I think so too.
Maybe I'm wrong. But we'll move on.
I can't see him.
We've got to do the match predictions because we're just like 15, 16, 17 minutes in. And we're not going to be able to have enough storage.
Right.
So tonight, Dynamite taking place in New York. Big arena. First match, Claudio Castanoli, the ROH World Champion, formerly Cesaro, defending against Chris Jericho. I'll go first since he stepped out. I go Claudio retaining. Jericho does not need this match. I don't really know. I'm not a big ROH fan because they don't have an event each week. It's just more titles. But I say Claudio wins.
Yeah,
we got to keep it short.
I agree.
Sure.
And I'm glad they're actually doing something with the ROH title. I'm glad they're giving it to somebody who's more well-known than like Jonathan Gresham.
Yeah.
And it was kind of quick to put a title on Claudio Castagnoli, especially a World Championship. But I just feel like just because it's a ROH Championship, it's not like the center of attention like the World Championship is. It's easy to make him feel like. I almost feel like that title. They're like, oh, Cesaro finally gets his world title, but almost it doesn't even feel like a World Championship.
Yeah.
It just feels like it feels like the way the TNT Championship should be promoted, which we thought it would be because Wardlow is out to bring prestige back to it. But
that's another joke of the summer, the way Wardlow has been treated since he's become champion. But that's not what we're talking about here. Who wins the match?
Claudio.
All right. Moving on, there is a four-way women's interim world title match. Thunder Rosa's injured. She's the champion, so they got an interim champion, which we hate. Toni Storm's the champion. Serena Deeb versus Athena and Dr. Britt Baker. I've heard some things that Toni Storm may be dropping this belt. I don't think so. I go her winning. All in all, the title needs to be on Britt Baker. She's the best by far of anybody else in the company. For their sake, I was kind of hoping maybe Sasha Banks or somebody like that was going to come in. I don't think it's going to happen though. But I say Storm retains.
I agree.
All right. Moving on, Swerve and Our Glory. They are the tag team champions. Kind of a team that was really a tag team. They're kind of put together. They've done well, and I like both of them a lot. Taking on the Acclaimed, which are very popular. They got Billy Gunn with them. I'm not a really big fan. I know maybe Caster, he's got the mic, and he might be good on the mic, and he says some maybe controversial stuff or whatever. I'm just really not a fan of either one of these guys. I mean, they're okay. They're not
the Gun Club.
They're not the Gun Club. I mean, they're not the Butcher and the Blade. I'll give them that.
Yeah.
But I say there is going to be new champions tonight. They're just way too popular right now. And, Swerve and Our Glory have been champions for a while. They're not really a tag team. I say Swerve turns heel, Maybe tonight.
I can see that.
Or soon. New champs, though.
I agree. I don't really want to see the Acclaim become champions, but they're very popular. The people will be glad about it. Unfortunately, they are. I'm going to predict them to win.
All right, another match. Singles Championship tonight. The AEW All Atlantic Championship. Pac versus Orange Cassidy. You go first on this, Ethan.
Pac. This match actually happened before. Did you know that?
I did.
Revolution 2020. We have it on DVD. That's how I do it. I believe it might have even been Orange Cassidy's first singles match.
Yeah.
But it really doesn't make sense to have Orange Cassidy fight for the All Atlantic title. I don't think he's from any other country other than...
I don't know the exact rules on that. Like, can Americans not fight for the All Atlantic Championship?
I have no clue.
We aren't.
Okay, Kip Sabian had a match. Where's Kip Sabian?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he's Canadian. I don't.
But Orange Cassidy, he's not really from. He's from wherever. So
yeah, that's true. We don't know where he's from.
But Pac.
I'm gonna go the opposite on this. Even though it probably won't happen. Pac is a double champion, or Pac is a double champion right now.
Yeah.
Pac or Pac? I always confused.
I think it's Pac. Like Pac.
Okay. He's a double champion now. He's a trios champion. He's the Atlantic champion. Really, that title hasn't really meant much since he's become champion. I'm going to go with Orange Cassidy. Why give two titles to Pac? I'm not a big Pac fan, but he fits good with the Death Triangle. They're very, very exciting to watch.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm going to go Orange Cassidy. I think this is his moment to be a singles champion. And it is time. It has been overtime. I think you'd be happy, though, if Orange Cassidy won.
I would. And that is a good idea. It would be a good idea to put the belt on somebody else. And yeah, I'll root for Orange Cassidy.
But the All Atlantic title, the tag team titles, both going to change hands, and a new world champion. Well, it's going to be a new world champion no matter what.
No matter what.
And that's what we're moving on to. Bryan Danielson tonight versus Jon Moxley. These are probably the two that, it's like, Moxley's been champion a couple times. It's a safe bet. I don't know if it's a safe bet with Bryan Danielson the way he gets injured.
It's true.
But I'll make my prediction, and there's no question it's going to be Bryan Danielson tonight. Why does Moxley need it again? He's been champion. He was interim champion all summer. Then he beat Punk, which was great. Danielson's been there over a year. Who knows how much longer he's got because he's been injured a lot. I go Bryan Danielson win this.
I would much rather see MJF than winning this match.
Now, that could happen.
Yeah, that's true. They never really specified what they're going to do about the casino ladder match.
Yeah.
And what it sounded like in one of MJF's promos is that it's almost like a Money in the Bank briefcase. He can just bring it in any time. Mm-hmm. Maybe I'm kind of misunderstanding that a little bit. But
I think you're right.
I'd like to see MJF cash in his poker chip and become champion tonight. But are they really going to only give Danielson a reign of about 5 minutes? Are they really going to do that? I can see it being like 2 months, 3 months, maybe a short transitional reign.
Yeah.
Just to put it on somebody else before MJF. I don't know why it's not MJF winning.
Yeah. I think they need to hold off. I think Danielson needs to win. I don't think putting MJF in here to win, it'd be really a cool moment. I think you need to hold that off a little bit because I think Danielson deserves at least a little title reign.
Yeah, I guess.
And if Moxley were to win,
when you think about it, all the titles he won in WWE.
Yeah, and I don't know if like a long program of Danielson and MJF really makes sense. Maybe I'm wrong on that.
Something else, I don't like seeing. It's kind of like about what MJF said. Think about what the main event of this match is. It's two former WWE guys.
Yeah.
And still people like Darby Allin, Sammy Guevara, Orange Cassidy, MJF have never been world champion.
Or really even close to it.
There's only been a few
MJF maybe.
There's only been a few people who were there at the start of AEW who've been champion. And that's Adam Page, Kenny Omega.
Yeah.
We need they've been doing a bad job promoting some of their originals, which I could have definitely seen with the championship.
Yeah.
Like a year ago, I could have said a year from now I could see them being world champion. Darby Allin, they've done a really bad job with Darby Allin over the past year.
Yeah.
But I think MJF's time will be sooner rather than later. I can see it happening in a full year.
Now, here's what we're going to do, Ethan. There's 8 matches on Rampage. And even though the card looks good, there's nothing really of significance. So we're going to rapid fire these because my phone, I take this video. We're recording on our Canon. It's going to go to my phone, which is completely full. I don't know how they have enough room to put it on there, and then we edit it and then post it. So we got to go rapid fire on this. Wardlow and Samoa Joe versus Tony Nese and Josh Woods. I don't even know what to say of this.
I know what to say. Wardlow and Samoa Joe.
Okay. Powerhouse Hobbs versus Ricky Starks is a rematch from the event.
This match has got a little bit of significance. Starks.
I go Starks as well. Hobbs won the first one, which was a shock. Starks wins this one. In my opinion, he's going to be the star of those two. Rey Fenix, Jungle Boy. Two great guys in the ring.
Oh, yeah.
But, it's just a singles match. There's no build to that. At least not that I know of. Jungle Boy, of course, his feud kind of get pulled out from under because of Cage getting hurt.
They got to do something.
Jungle Boy wins this one.
They've been doing a good job promoting Jungle Boy as a singles wrestler over the last little while.
Yeah.
Even though he did kind of have a quick loss to Christian, but you know why it had to happen.
Yeah.
Because of his injury. Jungle Boy.
Okay. Jay Cargill defending the TBS Championship against Diamante. I guess that's how you say that. Cargill's going to win. Eddie Kingston, Sammy Guevara, which is a very interesting matchup.
That's a significant match.
That's something that was going to happen.
This is kind of what you got to think about.
That's what was going to happen at All Out. There's a lot of backstage drama between these two. It caused the match to be canceled. There's also a lot of Sammy Guevara's putting out all these different feelers that he's leaving. Goodbye, thank you everybody. I don't know if this is just storyline or what. What do you think on that? But I don't know. I don't know where to go on this.
I would say Kingston. Just because of those feelers he's been sending out. If he really is, like you said before, if he's really not on good terms with the company, if he really wants to leave, AEW knows about what's been coming out. The wrestling world knows about it. AEW knows about it.
I don't know his contract status. I'm going to go.
This is a hard one to pick.
I'm going to flip flop and go to Guevara that he's not leaving and it's all part of storyline. But I don't know. Sting and Darby Allin taking on the House of Black, the new House of Black, because Malachi Black is gone. So it's Buddy Matthews and Brody King. Who wins this?
I'll say Sting and Darby.
That's who I think too, unless they get a new member. Somebody to kind of replace Malachi. And Brody King be kind of the leader there. It's a no DQ match too. That's fun to watch.
That'll be good.
And I guess, there's two more matches. Action Bronson, who's the guy who sings Hook's theme song, taking on Jericho Appreciation Society, Matt Menard and Angelo Parker.
Oh wow!
Hook and his buddy are gonna win.
This is you can't get much better than this. This is as close as it gets.
Hook, I don't know. They're not. I love Hook, but
they've done a bad job with Hook.
They have. And then this ain't. I don't know if this is the main event. I don't know what it is. I don't even know what this is or how to even call it. The Golden Ticket Battle Royal. Battle Royal for a future World Championship match. What's the difference in that and a casino Battle Royal? I guess because there's one guy who's the Joker or whatever. And
what I've heard about this. Now this might just be rumors. But what I've heard is that there's going to be they're going to have different series and there's going to be 5 winners.
Yeah.
And they're all going to be able to go to a chocolate factory.
Okay, I knew you were going there.
And there might be one of them who's a face and all the others are heels.
Yeah.
And the face is going to be the one.
And one of them's going to bring his grandmother.
They're all going to go in, and the face is going to be the one who wins the grand prize at the end.
Yeah.
Which will be the lifetime's the chocolate championship. The championship made out of chocolate.
I don't know where they come up with this stuff. Golden Ticket Battle Royal. Enjoy Dynamite tonight. Rampage on Friday. Hopefully they're good shows. They're headed into. They turned a page last week. I was excited about it.
Okay.
All right, watch it. All right, let's do a thumbnail. Ready?
Okay.
All right, let's go.